What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, That Guy Mile High, tuning back in for another reaction. And this time we got top 10 Simpsons predictions that we will see in 2022. So you already know, if you're a Simpsons fan in any capacity or have watched them and, you know, just paid attention, they're really good at like staying up on like current events and then even just straight flat out predicting the future. Yeah, watch The Simpsons and you can pretty much know what the future will behold, because The Simpsons pretty much gets it spot on almost every time, if not all the time. But anyways, man, let's not waste any more time. Record the screen. Let's hit that full screen and let's jump into this right chia Lego.
I'm getting a little tired of The Simpsons predicting everything. From Donald Trump's presidency.
Didn't I just say that? It's not just me. It's not just me, all right? I'm just saying. Like, The Simpsons really be predicting, like, everything that's going to happen, like, in the future. Like, for real. Like, it's not even a game.
Pandemic, they have accurately predicted a number of things.
See?
But what have they predicted for 2022? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at.
Let's find out. Let's find out.
We have the trucker convoy.
Go ahead and roll up.
Recently, here in Canada, truckers are protesting around Parliament Hill against COVID-19 mandates. A convoy of big rigs are in Ottawa, blocking off streets and access to the Parliament. And it seems like The Simpsons might have predicted this. In Season 10's Episode 17, Homer and Bart go on a cross-country journey as truck drivers. While doing so, they encounter truck convoys, and then the trucks attempt to run them off the road before blocking the road completely. In fact, when Homer first spots the trucks, he says to Bart, "Look, son, it's one of nature's most beautiful sights, the convoy." This episode aired in 1999. Now, what's actually funny is someone edited a clip from another Simpsons episode with this one. The episode was from Doe, Canada. In the clip, we see Trudeau escape.
That's crazy. Hold on. Like, the fact that they were able to, not just predict that there was going to be, like, but it was, like, almost to a T. Like, there's got to be, what did the Simpsons producers and creators have access to, you know, information-wise that we don't? Like, how do you just, like, predict things so, like, accurately? Like, that's nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nuts.
His office.
That's nuts. Like, it just kind of blew my mind. Like,
heads towards him. Now that part is fake. Like I said, they edited two clips together. It's hilarious. But still, many people think that The Simpsons predicted this whole trucker protest situation. In our ninth spot, we have the large-scale environmental disaster.
I mean, even if those things were edited together, like, that's still like how, like, it's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did somebody just happen to catch those two moments and be like, man, and then come to that consensus? Like, granted, some people be doing some crazy things on the internet, so you can't believe everything that you see on the internet because it's the internet. But, you know, I'm just saying. I don't always believe in coincidences. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Hold on, let me get the screen out of the way of the camera. There we go. All right. Continue.
Scientists have been concerned for a while now about the state of our Earth. Due to climate change and global warming, we are going to be experiencing more drastic, severe, and unpredictable weather, like floods, droughts, hurricanes, and wildfires, etc. We're at a point of no return, and in a couple of years, Earth might be completely destroyed. The Simpsons movie talks about a massive environmental disaster that basically leads to the destruction of Springfield, or almost destruction of Springfield. The disaster is caused by Homer dumping a silo of pig feces in...
Look, that would be nuts if that's like, if that like really does happen. Like, that's almost like, that's kind of scary, you know what I'm saying? To think about, like, granted, we've been being warned about global warming and the effects and everything else that comes along with us destroying the earth and, you know, yeah, the repercussions. So, but that's still a scary thought, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to think that, like, these things could potentially, not just potentially, but, like, are, like, almost bound to happen in our lifetime. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's just nuts to think about.
Already polluted Springfield Lake. And as we all know, pollution is a huge problem worldwide. It's causing our air to become toxic and unbreathable in some places. In other places, it's polluting water supply and soil and contaminating crops. So The Simpsons might have been onto something with that movie. In our eighth spot, we have the colonization of Mars. This year might have been the year in which we colonize Mars. In season 27, episode 16, titled
Hey man, I mean,
Martian
Elon's been trying to go to Mars.
Lisa signs up to be part of a
bunch of
mission
people
to
have,
colonize
but, like,
Mars.
ain't Elon, like,
As a result,
for real
she ends up
trying
on
to
Mars
go
with
live on
Marge.
Mars?
In the Simpsons episode, I believe it takes place in the year 2026, but Elon and his team at SpaceX have been trying to develop cargo ships leaving for Mars in...
Yeah, I knew that. I was about to say, haven't they been like, Elon's been on that whole, like, let's live on Mars, like you see right there, create sustainable bubbles and shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Elon's been on that. He wants to be the first person to live in space or on another planet. Like, I think that's like his ultimate goal in life.
2022. So it certainly will be the start of the colonization of Mars. In fact, by 2050, he wants to send 1 million people to Mars. How wild is that? Would you sign up to go to Mars, though? Let me know in the comments below. I personally would not. Okay,
That's a good question. Like, yeah, I'm asking y'all that same question. Would you sign up to go? Would you want to be on that first ship to head on out to Mars and you know, be the part of the first group of people who touched down on Mars? I don't know, man. I think I want to see a couple of them ships take off first and you know, make sure everything is good to go. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I just feel like some things might go wrong, and you know, I want to make sure that, you know, they iron all that out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they iron all that out. Anyway, let's go.
Here, moving on to number 7, we have the Bigfoot. Do you believe in the Bigfoot? I mean, over the years, a number of people have claimed to have encounters with it, so maybe it is real. But most of the population thinks it's all just a hoax. According to The Simpsons, though, this year we might find out more information on this furry beast. So there's 2 episodes I'm going to refer to here. In one episode, Homer is on a camping trip.
Y'all believe in Bigfoot or the abominable snowman? Santa Claus? I'm just saying, you know, I mean, if we get goddamn evidence that Bigfoot is real, I'm gonna question my entire existence. All right, because at that point, I like Santa Claus might for real be real. You know what I'm saying? The Tooth Fairy, the Loch Ness Monster, they're all not made up. You know what I'm saying?
Ends up looking like Bigfoot after falling into some mud. He's then captured by scientists for observation. They think they finally found this mysterious beast. Then in an episode from 2002 titled "The Bart Wants What It Wants," Bart encounters Bigfoot while exiting a bus in Canada. Why does The Simpsons keep hinting at the Bigfoot? Do they know something that we don't know?
Right, facts. I'm trying to figure out.
The NFTs. NFTs are all the rage lately, and I'm not gonna lie, I still don't completely understand them.
Facts.
All I know is that people are buying these images of apes wearing different outfits, and they're called the Bored Apes. Surely you all have seen it by now.
Put some respect on their name. It's the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Not that that really fucking matters, but because you got it right. I know anybody's gonna know what you're talking about if you just said Bored Apes. But I actually know somebody who, one of my good homies is actually licensed by the Bored Ape Yacht Club, like people to paint apes around the United States. Actually, his name's Rubezilla. Look him up. Super dope dude. If you haven't checked out Rubezilla, you should go check him out. All right. But yeah, Bored Ape Yacht Club. I'm really like mad that I didn't buy a Bored Ape a long time ago, because I knew about a year ago, way before they blew up and worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, some being sold for in the millions of dollars. Whew, such a crazy thought to think about. But anyways, can't dwell on the past. It is what it is. Let's move on.
Know what I'm talking about. Well, take a look at this image of Lisa Simpson and tell me that it doesn't look like it could be part of
like
someone's
Star
collection
Wars
of NFTs.
Oh, it does.
This image alone has people thinking that The Simpsons predicted the rise of NFTs. But let me know your thoughts. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the
NFTs.
Cryptocurrency. Alongside NFTs, the other thing on the rise is crypto, and another thing that I once again know nothing about. But in an episode from 1997, The Simpsons made a reference to it. So this is from season 8, and the episode is titled "My Sister, My Sitter." In the episode, there's a scene where we see Homer and Marge on a date outside. In the background, we see a crypto barn. It's literally called Crypto Barn, with the slogan, "A place for codes." Coincidence? Maybe. But why did they have that in the episode?
That's crazy. That's super dope. I would have never caught that, honestly. I mean, and I've watched a lot of Simpsons, but I would have never caught that little,
It's a place where you can buy codes. It's a little weird. The Simpsons video game Tapped Out also mentions this place. In fact, this property is the most expensive place in the game with a price tag of $81,000 US. I don't know, the whole thing is just so wild to me. Moving on to number 4, we have mind control music. Now there's a reason why us humans feel so connected to music. Certain sounds have the ability to comfort us, irritate us, make us happy, make us sad. And it might just be that they will eventually control us completely. First off, let's take a look at an episode from 2001 called New Kids on the Blech, or Blech, I don't know how to pronounce it, BLECCH. In the episode, we see Bart in a new band with his friends, but the band was using a secret mind control device for the Navy. So their music is actually a psychological operation that is used to send children subliminal messages and control their mind.
Well, I mean,
so people believe that
haven't they already like found in certain songs that like play backwards, they got like words and like subliminal messages in them and stuff. Hasn't that kind of been like proven before? I feel like, I mean, I could be completely wrong and it could just be like some like CSI fucking Miami fucking Criminal Minds shit, but I feel like haven't we like really found some shit like that in real life?
Future songs will be used to control us. Some people believe it's already begun. Like back in the day, there was that whole case of 2 people shooting themselves after listening to the song Better By You, Better Than Me. One of the men survived, revealed that while listening to the song, they heard what sounded like, "Let's be dead," and then it just kept chanting, do it, over and over again. So it persuaded them into taking their own lives. So,
do you think you could be persuaded by a song to take your own life? Like, that's a crazy thought process to even, like, or something like, that's crazy. It's a crazy thought to process, I should say. Not a crazy thought process, but a crazy thought to process that, like, music could subliminally, like, make you want to take your own life. Like, that's nuts. Anyways.
There might possibly be a rise in hidden messages in songs in an attempt to control us. Moving on to number 3, we have World War III. Now, I really hope this prediction doesn't come true this year or at all. But according to The Simpsons,
but it sounds like, man,
in the
we be on
1995
some
episode titled
borderline
Lisa's
situations.
Wedding, we dive 15 years into the future. From there, we see what life is like in the future. Now, in the episode, we see Homer and Lisa's fiance, Hugh, drinking at Moe's bar. During the scene, a very weird exchange goes on between Moe and Hugh, suggesting that there was a 3rd World War. And with the whole Ukraine-Russia situation going on right now, this prediction has me spooked.
Yeah, it does have a lot of merit. I just said that. It really does.
Turning against humans, aka the robot takeover. There are so many movies out there.
We all in these goddamn Siris and Alexas and all that shit. I don't know if y'all seen that Amazon commercial. They talk about mind readers and shit, and the motherfucker Alexa over here able to read your mind and shit, and then not all that shit's good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, iRobot. You see what's on the screen, goddamn it, iRobot in this bit. You dig what I'm saying? That's not okay. I turn Siri off. Well, I think she's on my computer still, but I don't use her on my phone though. She is off on my phone. Like, I can't be like, "Hey Siri" on my phone, because she ain't gonna turn on. She don't hear me. She's off, at least as far as I know. Otherwise, she just a cunt and she just don't want to talk to me, and I'll fuck her too. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
Showed us what happens when we give robots too much autonomy. But still, scientists are determined to make super powerful, smart, and independent robots, which is definitely not smart at all. Soon, robots are going to become way
smart. How many movies do we gotta make where robots take over and almost kill everybody, like, before we kind of catch the hint that, like, we don't want that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think low-key motherfuckers really try to make that happen. Like, some people are just advancing the technology to the point where it's like, yeah, we can just upload our conscious to the robots and just be robots and blah. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It is kind of weird.
In fact, most of them already are. But then they can just be like, "Hey, I don't want to be under your control anymore," and then they can just start attacking us. Anyways, The Simpsons predicted that a robot takeover will happen. In fact, they hinted at this multiple times in different episodes.
They have.
One of them being the episode titled Itchy and Scratchy Land, which was episode 4 in season 6. In this episode, large animatronic robots go haywire and cause mass destruction. They basically turn into killing machines, threatening the Simpsons' lives. Then there's There's this episode titled Them Robots, which is the 17th episode of season 23. And in this episode, Mr. Burns replaces all of the power plant workers with robots. Yeah. But then this goes terribly wrong, and the robots start to turn on the community. So The Simpsons not only predicted that robots will take over our jobs, but also that
they've already started to do. That's already happening.
The human race.
Amazon already got like so many goddamn robots fucking doing people's jobs already that, like, you know, that it's only a matter of time before Amazon's just fully automated. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just hope that this prediction doesn't come true this year or at all. And in our number one spot today, we have the metaverse. The metaverse is defined as a simulated environment that uses augmented reality, virtual reality.
Have y'all ever seen that movie Ready Player One? That, like, the metaverse and the whole idea of the metaverse and all that stuff just reminds me of that movie Ready Player One, where like everybody is just gonna like live in these, you know, in their suits and their goggles and, you know, on these little like treadmills that go all directions and ominous direction treadmill situation, however you say that, whatever. But yeah, like that's what the metaverse reminds me of, is that movie where like we would just be our little avatars 24/7 and life would be trash because everybody's just living in the metaverse. But your life could be great in the metaverse, but then you come back to reality, you live in like a trailer, you know what I'm saying, on like the top of a building or some shit, like some weird shit, you know what I mean?
Blockchain. In this world, it mimics the real world, and in it you can interact, socialize, work, game, and experience other things that you would normally do in the real world. And guess who predicted this in an episode from over a decade ago? The Simpsons.
That's so crazy.
In the episode, we see the characters attach a cord to themselves and then disappear into a different reality. In this other reality, they have features like a place that you can go gamble and a virtual friends list where you can add or reject people, kind of like Facebook, adding or rejecting friend requests. It's eerily similar as to what Mark Zuckerberg has planned, but The Simpsons came up with it first, so Marky Mark is a little thief.
And you know what? That's kind of like the whole Matrix idea too. Like, I guess they've been predicting that back in like the 90s with like the first Matrix. Was that when the first Matrix came out? Like what, 98 or 99 or something? 2000? Whenever the first Matrix came out. Like, that's kind of, I feel like, the first kind of prediction of like people being like plugged into like an alternate like reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really think about it. I mean, there might be other like examples like are older than that, but like that's the earliest example that I can like picture and think of that's like a super like viable metaverse reality. Like, that's so crazy. God damn, that's so nuts. Anyways, let's continue.
Just kidding. All right, guys, that's all for today's video, but let me know in the comments below. Do you prefer Simpsons or Family Guy or Futurama? Oh my god, I love Futurama. Anyways.
All right, anyways. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about those predictions, Simpsons predictions. Which one is the one that, you know, is like you didn't realize they predicted and is like coming true? What scares you the most? Like what about these predictions stood out to you? You know, I think the one that stood out to me really honestly the most was the very first one with the truckers. This metaverse one is pretty crazy. The cryptocurrency. I mean, there was a few that I was just like, damn, they did predict that shit, didn't they? But like, I've seen some of those episodes and would have never caught that shit and even correlated it to now. But man, yeah, that was nuts. And the war one, that's very real because we're definitely in a weird space and time right now. And yeah, some countries is off the rocker right now. You know what I'm saying? Some places is off the rocker. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. If y'all have any other videos that you want us to react to, you want us to check out, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, whether it's videos like this, just let me know. We back at it. You know what I'm saying? We trying to be back at this full time. Like crack at it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do no crack. We just react. You know what I'm saying? No crack, just react. I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.